All right, everybody, welcome back to another video. And today on this video, we will be talking about my opinion about the college football playoffs. And that's coming up right after this. All right, everyone, welcome back to Just Justin. I am Justin, where this whole entire channel is focused about me, Justin. All right, so lately I've been talking about BYU, college football, and things like that. And so we are going to continue with that topic for right now, and that is the college football playoffs and my opinion on it. All right, so back in the day, back, way in the day, the 1900s, college football was decided by rankings. The national championship was considered rankings. If you were ranked number one at the end of the season, you were national champions. And so in 1984, the BYU Cougars were the national champions. They were undefeated. They were ranked number one, and that did not set very well with some people, because some people thought that a team from the WAC, the Western Athletic Conference, should not have won the national championship. And some of these critics were very outspoken, but that's okay, right? And so they set out and determined to change that, because they didn't think that the championship should go to a lowly school. It should only consist of the top schools in the country. So how fair was that? The top schools in the country were only able to compete. All right, and so basically they wanted the SEC, Big Ten, Big 12, the ACC, and the Pac-12. Okay, that was the Elite Six, the Power Six schools. That's what they wanted to do. And so they changed it to the BCS. Okay? I think it's the Bowl Championship Series. I call it the Bull Crap Series, because that's all it was just a bunch of bull crap. All right? So it excluded teams from the Mountain West, WAC, any other division out there that was not part of the Power Six. So nobody else could win the championship except for the ones that the BCS committee wanted. All right? And that made sure that BYU or schools that can never win a national champion again. All right? And so that took place, and it was okay. I mean, usually it took the 1-2 teams and played them against each other. And then it was expanded, so there was 4 teams. And those 4 teams played, and the winners played. It was better. Okay, but it was still revolving around the Power 6 schools. Oh, and Notre Dame. Because Notre Dame was an independent, and it's Notre Dame. So they were always in the mix. Okay, BYU was independent for a while, and they did pretty good. They got up in there, and one year they were ranked 5th in the nation, but they took the forward. Yeah, it was a mess, but they were like determined not to let anyone of lower standards. The BCS committee was guaranteed. They were like, no one that is below our standards will ever play in a bowl championship. Never, ever. And BYU got close one year, but they lost the game, and so they dropped in the polls from 5th down. However, now in 2024, they introduced what's called the college football playoffs. Now, this is a lot better than the bullcrap series and the rankings of the teams, It's a lot better. It's a 12-team bracket. All right, where they had 4 byes, and then 8 teams played, and then those teams tried to combine together, and they went down to the championship. Like this year, Ohio State played in a wild card. We'll just call it a wild card. One of the first games. Okay, they played in that game and they kept on winning and they finally won the national championship. Notre Dame started in the same position. They started that first game. They didn't have a bye or anything. And then they played down until they played Ohio State and lost in the national championship. All right, so the four teams that had the bye, they all lost. Okay, they all lost. But so my opinion here on the college football playoff is it's gotten better. All right, it has gotten better. Still, I do believe that they're favoring the SEC and the Big Ten schools, not schools, but the conferences. But that's just my opinion. Okay, but it's gotten a lot better. I think if they went up to maybe a 14 or even a 16 game bracket, I don't know if that would be any good or how that would work or anything like that. But yes, we finally got to a spot where the two best teams in college football matched off. Okay? Yes, it did extend the season out a week. Well, they played on the 7th last year, and it was on the 20th this year, so January 20th. So, yeah, I'm not quite sure how that would work out or anything like that. But one thing I don't really like, okay, is that the college bowls, the pristine bowls games, you know, you got your orange, you got your rose, you got your sugar, you got your fiesta, okay, and you got your cotton bowl and stuff like that. But they took two bowl games, the orange and the cotton bowl. Was it the orange and the cotton bowl? Yeah. So they took the orange and the cotton bowl out of the mix. And nobody else could play in that except for 4 teams. And those 4 teams would decide the 2 that goes to the championship. Do you think that's fair? That the winners of those games took home more money? I don't think so. I don't think it's fair that they each played in a bowl game on either New Year's Day or the day before, and then they played in another bowl game. So what I think should happen is they take those 2 bowl games, put them back in the mix, and let other college teams play in those games. And, you know, you can have your bowl games. You can have whatever. You can have your 16, 14, 12 teams, whatever, play in the bowl games, you know, and determine it there. But after the bowl games, when it's down to the last 4 teams, you have it at a neutral site. Like the bowl games, but no bowl games. You have it at a neutral site. Okay? I know it's like, oh, but you're rewarding the football teams with more money because they made it. Who cares if they made it to the semifinals? Okay? They should play it at a neutral site. Not in a bowl game. Let some other colleges experience the bowl game experience. All right, that's just my opinion. Okay? But the college football playoffs, it went okay this year, I thought. I kept track of that over on justinjenkins.info under football 2024, and then you got college football. And so it was a learning process for me as well. A lot of things, you know, to update and things like that. But it was fine. But I think that, yes, they have gotten better with the college football playoffs. But, however, they could get better. I mean, the NFL, they don't really have something comparable. I mean, yeah, they have the wild cards and then, you know, blah, blah, blah. But I don't know if I like that format or not. I don't know. It just seems like they could be having some more games or something like that. I don't know. I would have to sit down and really think about it, but I don't have time to really think about things. I've got things to do. But yes, so college football playoffs, it went okay this year. I do think it is a lot better than it was in the 80s and 90s, 1900s, the 1980s, the 1990s. is a lot better than the bullcrap series that they have put in place. And so, yeah, it might grow on me. I don't know, but my opinion is that they've got to improve it. I'm not sure how. They've just got to improve it. All right, guys. I hope you guys liked this video, me ranting about the college playoffs, the football playoffs. It's just my opinion. Don't hold it in stone. Don't say, well, Josh Justin said this. Just my opinion, okay? And so that is it. I hope you guys liked it. Give it a thumbs up if you did. I really appreciate it. I'm trying to grow my channel here, and if you want, you can hit the subscribe button and get notified of any time I upload a video. Now, it's not going to be about BYU. It's not going to be about college football. It's going to be a random things. Yeah, I'm doing a carnivore diet, which I'll have an update coming out later this week. I've got just random videos about Justin. Okay. I used to do cooking, but since I'm trying to do carnivore, again, my cooking's kind of gone down from making awesome recipes down to just eating carnivore style. So maybe I'll focus on that a little bit more. I don't know. But it's just the channel about Just Justin. All right? And I know it's not a niche or anything like that, but I appreciate you guys coming around and watching this video. All right, guys, I really appreciate you guys. Until the next one, I will see you later. Bye. Oh, and have a good one.